Hey, so today and actually this past week I've been dancing to dance from Reebok. There's a hip hop dance video on YouTube and it's really, really fun. But I don't want to talk about that today. Just want to let you know that that's out there for you if you're looking for some exercise to do at home. I wanted to share with you, what has helped me when I've gone through prior crisis. For those of you that don't know my story, in 2015, my husband Carlos suffered a stroke that left him unable to speak, read, or write. And at that time, he was running a business. We were actually running a sales coaching company, and I was running a print business at the time. So when this happened to him, that was a crisis. I remember that when the ambulance came and they picked him up and took him away, I'm like, oh my God. Well, actually, I knew he was going to be okay because he happened to leave in ambulance number 5 and he was in the hospital room number 5 when I saw him. I've always believed that there's synchronicity and God is there for you if you're willing to keep your eyes and heart open for him. So in moments of crisis, there's been a couple things, hey Monica, hello, that have helped me. One of those things is, yes, to push forward and be like a warrior. Be the Wonder Woman and believe that you can do anything, and also to rely on other people. So while I was going to visit my husband at the hospital, I had a team that was working with me and I really relied on them a lot. I had Natalia, I don't know if she's watching, but she was a great designer. She started even editing some of the videos. So she reinvented herself according to the needs that we had in the business. So being able to reinvent yourself and believe that you have more in you than you've shown before is one of those things that helped me. And that if you're going through a moment right now where you're like, oh my God, Tanya, I don't know how we're going to do it. Well, I want you to know that you can probably do much more than you think you can. If you've never started a business before and that seems scary to you, you can probably start a business because we can do much more than we've done before. If we just switch something in our brain and we go like, you know what? Yeah, I could start a business. Well, you know what? It could be successful. And so believing that we were going to be okay was what shifted. I remember I was left with my girl. She was at home. We took her out of the daycare and she was at home. So technically I was working from home at that time as well. And I'm like, okay, you know what? We're going to register 50 students this month and they're going to get on a sales coaching program. I had no freaking idea how I was going to do it exactly. But I started doing webinars and trainings online. I'm like, oh, you know what? If I do an X number of webinars and so many students register each time, if I just do so many, I can reach that goal. If I'm making X number of calls every day, I can reach that goal. So if you start to believe that you can do it, then your brain starts to look for reasons to believe it can. And it's like, oh yeah, I never thought about that. I can probably send a letter or a thank you card. I can probably call my friend and ask them, hey, who's looking to buy or sell? So hey guys, oh, by the way, I'm not recording this video to tell you that, buy a house. But if you happen to know anyone that's buying or looking to sell or rent, yes, I am a realtor. So this would be called asking for a referral. And that is something that you can do with any business. Just pick up the phone, say hi, and just let people know that you're still in the business of doing what you're doing or that you're starting a new business. Here's something else that has helped me. And I believe it can help you too. And this one's really hard. That one is called surrendering. So when you're like, I have no idea how I'm going to do this. I remember getting up at 4 a.m. sometimes, and people thought I was crazy, and I was going to sleep pretty late sometimes too. And I did get to the point where I was able to sleep my girls like 9:30, I think, and I was able to get up early. But I wasn't sleeping as much. I'm not recommending this as an everyday tactic. It is recommended to sleep more hours, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. And I remember just pushing through it And there was times where I'm like creating these webinars and I'm like, I put my girls to sleep. They were, I'm trying to think, I think 4 and 2. I'm not so great with dates sometimes. Okay. So please forgive me the exact ages, but they're going to sleep. And here I am doing these webinars. I remember one night I was even feeling like, I think it was an anxiety or some pain in my chest. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to be okay. So if you are feeling like you're feeling pain, maybe some anxiety, the really hard thing that sometimes we need to do is to surrender. And that means handing everything over to God or the universe, whatever you believe, and say, you know what? I don't know exactly how this is going to work out, but I trust it's going to work out. And that's called faith. So it's choosing faith over fear. It's choosing belief over believing the news and the negative news that we see. I mean, I'm not bashing anyone who is in the news. You know, they're there to inform and share what's going on. But a lot of the news that you listen to are negative. And after listening so much news that's negative, what do you think you're going to absorb for yourself? A negative belief. Now, if you watch some good news or talk to some people and surround yourself with energetic people, you're going to create a different vibration. So for me right now, and I think it's important for you too, stay connected to people who are positive and who have belief that things are going to turn out okay. This past week, I actually reached out to some people. I'm like, hey, how are you doing? And a lot of people had something really positive to say. So I know that those people I want to keep staying connected to, and I want to keep delivering value because we can only make each other stronger. I also had another call today with somebody who, you know, gave me a great idea, and I was able to share some ideas with that person. So if you are feeling like you're in a point of crisis, detach yourself from the drama and look out for people who can share, whether it's peace and like prayer, reading a book. It helps me so much to read like Gandhi and Mandela's books. Like for me, those books are really timeless. Also, I would say Dr. Wayne Dyer really helped me as well. So if you haven't listened to anything of his, you can go on YouTube, or you can, you know, buy one of his books on Audible or get something shipped from Amazon. But Dr. Wayne Dyer, one of the things that he would say constantly is, if you change the way you look at things, things begin to change. So if you see the virus as a blessing, it's going to be a blessing. If you see this virus as a curse, as something horrible, it's going to be a curse and something horrible. It's just flat out like that. I'm not being unsympathetic to if you're watching this and, you know, your husband has lost his job, or you've lost your job and you don't know exactly how you're going to make it next month. I'm not being unsympathetic to that. You know, my mom was a single mom. I've gone through challenges myself in my lifetime, but we cannot stay in that mindset, because that mindset is going to crush us. It's not going to be the virus that's going to crush you. It's going to be your mindset. So if you choose to believe that this is going to be something great for you, it is going to be something great for you. Detach yourself from anyone who is being negative at this time from you. If you find yourself, you're having negative chatter back and forth, oh my God, it's so bad. Yeah, it's horrible. Oh my God, it's so bad. And then you're like back and forth, right? Have you had those conversations? And then at the end of the conversation, you both feel like, my God, this really sucks. No. What about if you have a conversation, you listen to something positive, motivational, go listen to some Gary Vaynerchuk, Jay Shetty, or read a book, and then share with your friend, share with your family member. Oh my God, you know what? I just read that today, and they were talking about, you know, if you do this thing, you know, if you use this software, you can start to build a business online. Or I just read this prayer, and I want to share this prayer with you today. Like today on a group called Lean. It's Lean was founded by Marta Estela, who has a title company. And there's like a Facebook group, and we send each other messages, and someone shared like a positive message on how, God is going to bless you. And looking at it, there was just a quick glance. I was like, wow, that was a really nice positive message, So be a person that is being exposed to positive messages, and also be a person that is putting those messages out there. One of the things that I'm doing right now that anyone who is in a crisis situation, I strongly encourage you to do is look for ways to help. Even if you don't have a lot to help with, maybe you have knowledge, or maybe you do have, financial resources you can share. Look for a way to serve and give, because when you serve and give, you are energized. Right now, for example, next week, I'm having interns start, and I'm in real estate, and I know a lot of real estate companies in certain states, in certain countries, they cannot practice. I'm very blessed that in Chicago we can. I still have clients as number one priority, so really minimizing those interactions. We could pretty much, I would say 95% doesn't have to be in person. But I have the gift that I can share knowledge and share with the interns what I've learned about sales and marketing and about real estate that can help them, with their future businesses, whether it's real estate or whether they want to be an attorney or anything else. So that I am really treasuring. I don't want to sit down and wait for this to be over, because I don't know when it's going to be over. Hopefully a month, hopefully 60 days. Let's be optimistic. But if it's not, we have to still be okay. Like, we still have to push forward. That's the only thing we can do, right? Do you agree? Does anybody agree who's watching that, who's saying, yes, I am still building a successful business? Or, hey, Tanya, you know what? I am writing my book. That's it. I'm doing my book. I'm writing it. And the next question, a friend of mine, an acquaintance, we had met for coffee before the virus. Okay, guys, so please don't say, did you go out? No, before the virus. And she asked me a very good question, because I told her I was working on writing my book. And she's like, by when are you going to have your book ready? So for those of you working on writing your book, and you want to write your book, but you have no idea how, message me. We used to publish books. We don't do it anymore, but I do have someone who can help you with that. So I'm happy to share any resources to help you with that goal. If you're looking to start a business, if there's anything that you have questions about, message me. We're here to help each other. So do reach out and do share, and also give your experience. Don't ever think you don't have anything to give. You always have something to give that someone can use. Today, a friend of mine took the time to share her expertise. Like I said, I'm having interns join, and my God, her expertise around, working with college students is phenomenal. And she shared so much great expertise. She even drafted a preliminary internship plan for me, which I greatly appreciated. And we were just having a conversation. So you always have something to give. You don't know how much you can make a difference for somebody else. So do reach out, and that's the best way you can get out of this crisis, by being of service, by believing in yourself, and by focusing on positive news, and being the positive news, being the positive inspiration out there. So lots of love. I love you so much. I hope you're doing amazing and you have a phenomenal week. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope this is of help to you, and I'll see you next time. All right. Thanks so much. I hope to see you next time, and see you well. Take care.